Welcome to,
Oh, it was.
what was that? Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Each Sold Separately, Collect Them All, an action figure podcast with me, Colonel Carr, and there's your friend right there, Brian Charles Rooney. We haven't seen you in a little while, Mr. Rooney, and what everyone's been dying to know since October the 24th, the last time we recorded, is how are the children doing screaming next door to your new house? How are they doing? Kids? Have you bought them any new Marvel Legends, or
They're not.
did they each get their own Amazon box set on Cyber Monday? Like what did the kids next door get?
Nothing, and they are
What?
not screaming today because it's like 4,000 degrees below zero.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh look, it's old. There she is, old Mockingbird.
She's Mockingbird.
What did I just say?
Fired. Fired.
Sorry, I was thinking about Mockingbird earlier,
Snowbird.
and it's
The
Snowbird.
other
Sorry,
blonde
I went a
lady.
little crazy. Yeah, I was actually looking at Mockingbird earlier. So
She's appropriate today because it's real cold here in New York City. It's real cold, so
what
the
does
kids are
that mean?
not.
What is
The kids
real
are not
cold?
outside.
What
I
does
don't
real
even.
cold
I don't
mean?
even know. Let me check. It's like where you're walking around and or you're walking your child to school and you both look at each other like, what's going on? And
Yeah.
your face is turning into crystal. It's
Ouch.
that. Yeah, it's that cold. And I don't wear a coat. Like I'm like the first person in shorts every year and the last person out of shorts. I don't like wearing coats. Um, I was like, can I have an extra coat today? It's 23 degrees. That's without wind chill, and it's real windy.
Yeah, with the wind, you're like at 8 degrees or 9
Yeah, yeah.
or something.
It's
I've
pretty
been in New
bad.
York when that's cold, and that is horrible. Well, it's a brisk in the 50s, 60s here in Florida. And I do,
Uh,
at this moment, have shorts on, so it's doing pretty good. We were
oh,
actually in the high 70s, low 80s a couple of days ago, which was nice. A Florida Christmas. It's a Florida Christmas.
oh
That's what it
God!
is. It's
And
either
you're all
like you're
complaining that it's
bundled up.
cold.
Oh, I'm freezing. I've got the heat on right now because I'm freezing because it's like 55, 60
God!
degrees outside. I'm freezing to death. I got the heat on.
Oh, you wimp. Oh,
So tell me
anyway,
this, since I haven't seen you in a long, 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 long,
oh, it's
long,
not been
long
that long.
time. My gosh,
Has it
and
been
it's
that long?
almost Christmas time, and it's almost a new year. Tell me what new toys you've gotten. My
Mm.
God, how many new toys? I've gotten a million new toys. So tell me what new toys you've got.
Well, besides my new case of laryngitis,
Oh,
that's
lovely.
another thing going around New
Oh,
York
cool.
City, and especially my industry is everyone has no voice. Well,
What is that
that's Snowbird, and that's part of the Alpha Flight.
for our audio listeners? What is that?
Oh, right,
Don't forget. Because
right.
just to let everyone know, we are gonna. This is our first video
Yes,
podcast. We're gonna post. Also, we're gonna post it on audio, of course, too. First, and then we'll post it up on YouTube. So, what are you showing me right now?
I am showing you my Snowbird figure from the Alpha Flight Marvel Legends multi-pack from Amazon, which was put up for pre-order 6 months ago,
It
six
was
or
a
seven
while
months
ago.
ago.
Yeah, it was a while
Yeah.
ago.
And then it disappeared, and people thought it was canceled, and a lot of people's
Yes, it
orders were
was
actually
very
canceled.
scary. It was very
My
scary.
Yeah, mine was not.
Mine was not either.
It arrived early, and she's really fantastic. I mean, she's clearly like the Marvel version of Elsa from Frozen, which has now become
You mean
a
Elsa's the Marvel version of
of
Snowbird?
Snowbird. Yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
Well,
Or
they're
the Disney
both.
version, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're both Snow Queen derivatives, but
Well, exactly.
yeah. By the way, Frozen has become a major presence in our home because my son is
Sure.
now obsessed with Toy Story and Frozen. And he would probably love it if Forky visited Arendelle and had some sort of
Forky
uh,
Olaf
uh,
adventure.
yeah, that would probably break his head. But yeah, Alpha Flight's the new things. I've been continually upping my game with regard to the final DC multiverse waves because, as we had talked about in the past, I kind of didn't focus on them. I
Yeah,
was a huge
because they're
DC
horrible.
Classics. No,
Yeah,
they're
because they're
not
bad.
horrible.
I was looking at them yesterday at the store, going, "God, these figures are horrible.
They're not horrible.
They're
Like
crap."
the Gotham by Gaslight Batman is really
There's like,
nice.
they're diamonds in the rough. There's like one out of every 10 is a decent figure.
I like
Marvel
them. I
Legends is
like
a much higher ratio. It's like 6 out of 10 is a good figure.
I see. I like the articulation on the multiverse figures, the improvements to that. articulation. They look nicer than the classics, the DC Classics figures. It's just a smoother
That
looking
is
figure
the
to me.
ugliest thing I've ever seen in my
It's,
life.
I'm showing him
It
Gotham
is
by Gaslight
so
Batman.
horrible.
Why do you
God,
think
those
it's
figures are
horrible?
so bad. They're just so blah.
Oh,
They look like toys
no,
from 2004.
no.
That's
He's
a
got
toy from
little
2004.
knives. He's got
Oh my god. Oh geez.
the
That's a toy
high
from
cape.
2004. They made better Batman. DC Direct made better Batmans in the 90s than that Batman.
I will agree with you that they look kind of plain, if you will. But that's the charm.
They look what we call Mattel.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
So they look like Mattel superheroes, which is bland and blah.
But that's not a problem anymore because Mattel doesn't have the license.
That's right.
And now they are going whole hog with Masters of the Universe. We're getting
what is
that
Masters
Origins
of the Universe?
Line. Oh, come on.
So the question I had for you.
I know you're old, but it's only been a couple weeks.
That's true.
You can't.
I'm actually have a question for you. Is why one animated series isn't enough? We got to have another one.
Oh yeah. See, I knew about that because I know things. I know things, and there's another. He's
a very important person. He lives in New York City. Obviously, he's more important than the rest of us.
Yes,
so he knows things.
yeah, right. New York City with no creature comforts. No Walmart. There's a second cartoon which everyone knows now, because news travels at the blink of an eye, and and at the flick of a switch. There's a second cartoon. It's more kid focused, or it is kid focused, whereas the Origins line
is
Origins,
for you.
What is it? Revelations cartoon.
Revelations. That's for you.
Us.
Yeah.
Yes. For adult children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I've heard some rumors about who's on the new show, the new adult focused show, and it's pretty friggin' amazing, actually.
Yeah, I've heard a few nuggets here and there. Mm-hmm.
I was surprised. I'm not super surprised because who doesn't want to work for a show on Netflix? But with regard to that story and that brand, it's kind of like, who are you gonna get? Because it's not Marvel, it's not DC. So, and they got, they got one of my favorite people in recent television history. So that's very exciting for me. And of course, we can't talk about it yet, but we will when we can.
But I am excited that there's two, which means I'm going to get toys everywhere. And I'm all about those new. Was that line called? Origins. What's the
Origins?
Line called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about that Origins line.
All right. Well, let's talk about that for a second.
If that gets me more Origins toys, then I'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will. The thing is, with the new one, I think the designs are that's going to be its own line. Because the designs are going to be a little different.
Sure, but if there's so much media out...
Yeah, I think there'll be a resurgence of not only, obviously, the toy lines from Mattel, but I'm hoping, and I really hope that Mattel does not make the mistake of, once again, kind of holding all of the licenses, or the potential for licenses to other companies, and keeping all of that on lockdown. Because I think there's a reason this brand continues to flourish and burgeon despite the fact that there has been no media, and that's because Mattel finally allowed all these other companies to make other products. And it's really been fun. It used to be easy for me to be a completist collector because there really was just a toy line and not much else. And now it's like, I don't know that I can buy those Mega Blocks because I want to buy this. These.
They're making everything for you right now.
There's reaction.
There's a clear variant of a clear variant. It's kind of what Super 7's like. How else can we gouge these Masters of the Universe people? And,
no, they're not. It's not that they're gouging. They're just limited right now because Mattel is trending towards putting the lockdown back, and they. And there's rumor that PowerCon may not have a classics, and we saw that was posted on the org, and it was, rumor anyway that there's probably not going to be a classics exclusive, which I think is really stupid, but, I think there'll definitely be an Origins exclusive. I think, and
I'm
there
still
may be other
waiting. I'm
versions
still
of
waiting
Origins.
on my 2019 SECC Origins exclusive. Santa has not put it under my tree yet,
Well,
so I'm still waiting for it. I'm hoping that it shows up by Christmas Day.
it might.
We'll see. We'll see.
You never
We'll
know.
See. We'll see.
You never know. Yeah, I think as far as Origins goes, I think I'm crossing my fingers for a another Origins line.
And you might get lucky.
Anyway,
They might do classics part 12, and get you some more classics. You never know.
No, I don't mean classics.
Or just a different type of Origins line.
A different type of Origins line.
Okay.
An associated Origins line.
Yes. Well,
I think that could be a possibility. And
well, since we're 11 minutes into this podcast already, we haven't talked about Baby Yoda, and I don't know why. Because since the last show, there's this new thing in the world called Baby Yoda.
That's true. That is. That's like right after. Yeah.
And it's kind of all that matters in my life at the moment is Baby Yoda. And I could care less about anything but Baby Yoda. Even the show. I could care less about the show except for Baby Yoda. I mean, I like the show's fine. I mean, it's a show we've seen 100 times before. It's just kung fu with a Mandalorian.
It's a little spaghetti western.
Yeah, it's Shogun.
Shogun's a good comparison.
It's
actually,
that kind of show. It's the A-Team. It's the Hulk. It's the old Hulk show. It's I gotta go to town. Oh, something's happening with the local cattle rustlers. We gotta fix it. Okay, we fixed it. Now we gotta move on.
Right? Yeah.
I'm always waiting for that Hulk, theme to play in the background. That piano theme to play in the background. But the introduction of Baby Yoda and the fact that I've got no, pardon my French, effing Baby Yoda products out before Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a little. I know they were keeping it under wraps, and now it's look at all the the products you're gonna get in 6 months.
Yeah.
No.
It's the same thing that happened with the She-Ra cartoon last year. They were like, "Oh, we have this new cartoon, and there are toys coming, and never mind."
Yeah.
Like what?
How did they not know?
Especially with the technology that now, it's not like you have to sculpt things.
Yeah, and the technology, and I know they wanted to keep it under wraps, but I'm not going to be able to snuggle with Baby Yoda on Christmas Day, and I'm really unhappy about it. I'm very, very unhappy about it. Hey, look, another terrible DC figure.
She's pissed. She wants her Baby Yoda.
Yeah, who doesn't want their Baby Yoda? Look, my headless bro Thor, he wants a Baby Yoda too. He doesn't have a head, but he wants a Baby Yoda.
Wait, which figure comes with the head?
It's Iron Patriot. I just haven't gotten him.
Oh,
you can get him find? No, you get him on Amazon right now. I mean,
I don't know. I don't collect the movie figures. I've told you
you're
this.
An idiot. But
yes.
You're buying DC toys instead of awesome movie figures like Heimdall for some reason. I don't know.
I collected the DC movie figures.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know. That was a mistake.
Toilet paper. Those are toilet paper.
Yeah, some of them.
Oh my gosh. Horrible.
Yeah,
so anyways,
I know.
Have you been watching The Mandalorian?
Do
you have any of the toys?
I don't yet.
I mean, there's only like 4 toys released.
Yeah, I know. I don't yet. And that's partly
What?
budget. No, that's partly budget and partly, lack of time and lack of toy stores. There aren't places to shop here. It's awful.
How many GameStops are in that city?
They're closing. 2 of them just closed.
You have a ThinkGeek store. I mean, you're telling me you can't find
No, ThinkGeek and GameStop are gone on Upper West Side. Both of them. The one on the Upper West Side, Upper East Side.
Upper West Side.
No, Upper East Side. It's gone. There's one left down in Midtown. I haven't been there in months because I've been too busy being a PTA parent and class parent for my son's school and working. Yeah. But
I've been working and I shattered my wrist and I can't really do anything with my left hand. But I can buy toys with this left hand.
Shattered wrist. You also have a car and live in Florida where they have real stores.
We do have toys here.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do have toys here. It's pretty exciting.
We have Amazon, so.
Well,
Comics, but Midtown Comics hasn't had any of that stuff yet, which is frustrating and strange. But I really want that Mandalorian figure that has the shiny metal. That's really cool. And the packaging's really nice, and it's like brown and white instead of The black box.
The actual regular Mandalorian's a nicer looking figure out of the box.
Oh, okay.
But it just depends on your preference, of course. A lot of people like that whatever caramelized or whatever it is. It's not caramelized because that's what you do to onions. But the
no, it looks kind of
carbonized or whatever it is. A lot of people like that one. I have the regular one. The other Brian, who's a huge Star Wars collector, we found all the brand new ones, and I got him the new wave with the cool girl from episode 4. I forget her name. With the cool, awesome
Cara June.
Yeah, the awesome haircut and everything.
Cara June. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably butchering it.
From the one where that little girl got to hug Baby Yoda at the end of the episode, and it wasn't me, and so I went to bed that night cursing that little girl for hugging Baby Yoda because it wasn't me, and I was very upset about it.
This Baby Yoda?
Yep, that Baby Yoda right there. Look at that little Baby Yoda.
Look at that.
Now
that's a shout out to Joe Amaro, who is a sculptor, toy sculptor.
Did he make his own?
Yes,
did he make his own Baby Yoda?
And you need to go to Amaro_Joe, AMARO_JOE, and check it out because it's going to be available.
I may have already ordered a 3D printed scale Baby Yoda for my Mandalorian. He may be coming in the mail, hopefully before Christmas. We'll see.
Exciting.
One of the new toys I got is him and his little, floaty carrot thing.
This thing.
Which is pretty cool. Yep.
Wait, is it the same one?
No, it's different than that one. So I need to look up his because I've always liked his stuff. So
yeah,
I've liked his stuff for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Is this something you're going to paint yourself?
No, it's painted, but it was like $15, so it's cheaply made.
Cares?
Paint, I'm sure it'd be great, but it was just to have a stand-in Baby Yoda until my Black Series Baby Yoda comes out. Which you notice they're giving us a single-carded Baby Yoda, like those Porgs that they came out with.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving us.
Well, it's like $10. It was $10. So
$10, and he's
not bad actually.
He's this big. He's he's an inch and a half tall, so he's this.
He doesn't come with the carriage, does he?
No, he comes with which is a mistake. I don't understand.
It's a huge mistake, or it means that they're just going to sell the carriage with him in some other way.
They're going to re-release the Mandalorian with the full plates, his full silvery plates, because they haven't done that yet.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Exactly, with him in that carriage. That's exactly.
And no one will be able to get it.
That's right. That's
right. This year they'll decide, no, we're not going to do, we're not going to release it to every store, and it's just going to be for people who get in line at 4 a.m, 2 weeks ahead of time.
That sounds like so much fun.
I know.
So tell me, besides Alpha Flight, what are their new toys? Whether new toys or eBay. Like I've been doing some eBay, so I've gotten some eBay stuff that has come in. What new stuff or old stuff has shown up in your house?
I got my. I don't know if we talked about this last time. I don't think we did. My most recent wave of Super 7 Masters of the Universe vintage style figures, including Shadow Weaver, which is extremely fulfilling because there was never a Shadow Weaver figure made in the vintage line, either in Vintage Masters or Vintage Princess of Power. Vintage style Filmation Evil Seed, which is an incredible figure. We may have talked about this. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Evil Lynn, which is also incredible because she comes with a cape and she's a cross between kind of Filmation and she's mostly Filmation style, but there's kind of a vintage mini comic vibe to her as well. And there's Puck, which looks great and looks just like the one from the White Queen, Jean Grey.
With his little weird butt here.
Yes.
His little butt pose, but with a better head.
He's awesome. He's one of my favorites from that whole series. What else? Who else was in that wave? Merman Trapjaw may have been in the wave before. Prince Adam, vintage style, which is also very fulfilling. Lots of good stuff from Super 7 recently, so that's been hugely fun. I'm trying to think of anything else I got that I haven't talked about. It's mostly been holiday shopping for, helping Santa, and mostly been focused on that.
I have been helping Santa buy things for me for Christmas, and it's been really nice. I've been helping Santa a lot buy a lot of stuff for me, actually.
What are your latest acquisitions that do not overlap?
that do
with
not
mine.
overlap with yours is I got most of the rest of that Avengers Bro Thor wave, except for the head, of course.
Yes.
I got this really amazing playset from Disney. It's a Disney Parks exclusive called Ariel's Grotto playset.
Oh,
And
somebody else I know was talking about that, and I meant to look it up and I
amazing.
didn't.
It's amazing. It's one of those great like Disney store, Disney Parks only
Right.
playsets, and it's really great. It's her little grotto, and you can open it up, and it has all of her stuff in there, and it's got
That's
Prince Eric's
awesome.
statue, and it comes with this little clamshell that has a LED light that changes colors, and so you can make it look like you're
cool.
underwater. I posted a photo of it on my Instagram, so you can sort of see what it looks like with the light on there. Let's see, what else did I get since then? I got something I've been needing for a really long time. I don't know if everybody knows this, but I'm a huge Lord of the Rings figure collector. Huge Lord of the Rings figure collector. The Toy Biz stuff is my favorite.
What's Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings is this old
I'm not old
story
enough
by
to know what
J.R.R.
that is.
Tolkien, and then they made it into a movie. I mean, the first movie came out almost 20 years ago.
Everybody knows what Lord of the Rings is.
I know,
You don't need to tell them.
I'm joking, of course. But
and if
anyways,
they don't, they can look it up.
Finally, after all this time, got a reasonably priced Necco wafer Balrog. That's the scale with the actual 6-inch figures, and he's massively huge. He's about 24 inches tall and about 40 inches wide. And he's massive. He's
Sure
huge.
he is.
And he's
That's
sitting,
what they all say.
Sitting at the top of my thing, and I'll actually take you over that way. There he is, right over there, sitting on top of that shelf. And you can see he's with the 6-inch figures, and he's actually in scale with them, and he's freaking huge.
That's insanity.
So somebody had posted a buy it now for $75, and he usually sells for $300-400. And so I asked my wife, I said, I know it's really close to Christmas, but he's $75, and I've been trying to get him forever and ever. And she said, okay, go ahead and click on it. So we ended up getting him, which was really cool. I also got, I love the old 80s like TV shows that had cars as prominent in them, like Magnum PI or whatever.
Knight Rider.
Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, and I collect a lot of that 80s stuff. And I got the old Hardcastle and McCormick, the cool Coyote Carr. In the package with the figure, and the figure is super cheesy.
Oh my god, that terrible arm articulation.
He's a total piece of crap. But the figure is actually harder to find than the car, because they sold the car separately. But the figure is in perfect condition, the car is in perfect condition, and the packaging is in perfect condition.
That's cool.
The only thing missing was the bubble had disintegrated for the figure. So the bubble was gone, but everything else was perfect, and I got that super cheap too, and I've been wanting that one for a really long time.
That's a figure.
That's our hardcore 80s 3 3/4 nerds out there.
Well, yeah, there was a figure like that I had as a kid that my grandmother gave me from something that she got at
It's the same
yard
style
sale.
as the Wrangler figures. They had a Wrangler line of figures. They also had a line that had like
it was a space figure. It was like
they also had ones like that for all kinds of different lines with that Mego, that sort of Mego style.
White outfit, famous.
Buck Rogers?
Yes, that's what it was.
Okay. The Mego Buck Rogers.
And I didn't know who that was. Like she gave it to me and said who it was. Yeah. Like she knew, and my mother knew too. And I put him with my GI Joes. I was like
2 or 3, so that's a little before your time.
Yeah, she got it at some yard sale, and it was beautiful. It was like in perfect condition, and then I just put it with my GI Joe figures.
Yeah. That's that Mego style, and it's like totally cheesy and hilarious and awesome.
Articulation was strange.
Yeah,
that arm articulation was strange.
What else did I get? Let me look around here. What else? Oh, I got the 3 3/4 new Rey from Rise of the Skywalker, the nice vintage Rey with the new head that looks really nice.
Right.
Though I could care less about the movie, but I did get the figure itself.
Are you serious? You're not excited?
How many conversations do we need to have about what's a good J.J. Abrams movie? And we've been able to name one, and that was the original Star Trek. Force Awakens is terrible. And this one...
Your opinion is that it was terrible. It was terrible to you.
Bad storytelling. And that's number one. Bad story. We've talked about this last time. I'm not going to talk about it again.
I know. I'm still excited though. I'm going tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And here's the deal. I have Baby Yoda. So what do I care about Right, I literally feel like Baby Yoda has stolen the sales of Rise of
Oh,
Skywalker because
well,
nobody cares about Rise of Skywalker. I
yeah,
haven't talked to anyone that's like, "Oh, are you excited to see
I
Rise of?"
am.
No,
I'm
I haven't talked to
excited.
anybody except for you that's excited about it because everyone,
I'm excited.
all anyone wants to do is wrap their arms around Baby Yoda because who cares about anything else?
um,
Gives a flying crap about anything else in that
I
universe.
maybe Baby Yoda will be in the movie. No, he won't. But that would be amazing. That would get the entire room to scream and jump out of their chairs. Can you
The
imagine?
problem is they're not that smart.
That would have been so brilliant to just somehow,
In the background,
with no explanation, just
yep,
do like something and help and
he's
then
one of the
disappear.
refugees they find somewhere,
Yeah, somewhere. That would have been, and like no
and,
explanation as to why
yeah,
he's still
and
the
they're
baby or whatever.
resistance, even though they're the ones in power, and Kylo Ren's people are the resistance, but the other people call the resistance. Hold on, I'm still trying. It's been 3 years, and my brain's
Yeah,
still
they
trying
didn't
to figure
explain
it
that at
out.
all, but whatever. But
Oh.
I see. I like that there's a girl with a lightsaber. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
and
I am
that's
not going to
great.
apologize.
But
I
beyond
love
that,
it.
which is why I bought the figure
Yeah.
because it's a cool
No, she's
figure and it's
cool,
a
and she's a
fun.
cool.
It's a cool idea for a character.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Yeah, it
idea for
is.
a character, but there's no follow through. There's nothing there. Like, and not
Well,
not
it's
the
the same way
actors.
with
The
Kylo
actors do a
Ren.
good
He's like
job.
mommy
There's nothing
dearest version
there.
of Darth
Yes,
Vader.
there's
He's like
nothing
pissed
there.
off all the time, and you're like, why? Why are
Yeah,
you
what is
so
your parent do?
angry?
Yeah, and I guarantee you they're not going to tell you crap in this movie because they don't know what the
No,
hell.
well, I guess so far they've said that there's a lot of explanation, but I don't know how you do that in
And why do
less
we
than 2
care?
hours. I don't know.
Why do we care? That's my main problem. But we don't talk about that. We're talking about toys. And what I want to know, Brian Charles Rooney, is because back in the day when I would go through the old Sears catalog or Christmas
Mm-hmm.
catalog, and I'd go, okay, I want this, and I want this, and I want
Mm-hmm.
this, and I want this for
I would
Christmas.
cut them out and paste them on
You
construction
bet.
paper, and I would
Oh
make
yeah.
it into a
Yep.
Christmas book.
Of course, the
Like, this is
Christmas
what I
wish
want.
book, the wish book, and there's a guy that's actually scanned all the old ones. You can find them online.
Yeah.
He's all the old Christmas wish books, and I love those things. And now, of course, kids can just go on YouTube or go on the internet and find it. And I would do that if I was a kid. What are you looking forward to that you would hope is under your Christmas tree this
Oh,
year?
God.
What do you hope is going to be under your Christmas tree?
I don't typically get a lot of presents.
I'm talking hypothetically. What would you hope?
Hypothetically,
Would you hope is under your Christmas tree, even if it may not be coming out?
like if it doesn't exist.
Or is something that is going to exist, hopefully. Like my number one from Santa I want is Baby Yoda products, dang it. I want more Baby Yoda products.
That's definitely in my top 10.
We went to Disney, they had t-shirts, they had phone cases, stuff that's easy to make very
Right,
quickly.
but no
there's
toys.
nothing. And people are like, did you pre-order the Baby Yoda? I'm like, it comes out in May. It's going to be on
That's
every
so
shelf.
stupid.
It's be on every shelf.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to order that. I don't need to pre-order it. It's going to be everywhere. And probably sit there because we'll all be over it by then. Like, we'll all be like,
yeah. All right. That's an unfortunate thing, but you never know. By then there'll probably be a season 2, and there'll be more Baby Yodas.
Let's hope that that's the case.
Or there'll be,
the sequel is Baby Yoda has,
or there'll be
sisters.
like emo teenage Yoda, who's who has
let's
like a black gloves
true.
with black fingerless gloves, and is like totally pissed off all the time, and
let's hope that's true.
Like is not super willing to help, but does at the last second and saves everybody all the time. That would be really cool. Annoying, but cool.
That sounds great to me.
I would love She-Ra Princess of Power Origins figures, where there's a rooted hairhead and a non-rooted hairhead.
Oh, that would be
be really cool to me.
That's a great idea.
A Catra like that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like some kind of play set with that would be amazing. And vehicles, like not just the horses, but vehicles. That would make my day. I would like a Bespin Leia figure that's not in the white outfit, that's actually in the dress for Star Wars Black. That's something I would love to see under my Christmas tree. That's probably never going to happen. Or maybe at Comic-Con. I would like, if Santa is listening, and I used to do this as a child, and I knew that wasn't going to happen, I would like a 2-pack of Astonishing X-Men Emma Frost and Hellfire Club White Queen Marvel Legends figures, please. Can I please have that? Please.
But that Emma
Please.
Frost at Walgreens is such a great figure right now. Why do you need another one? It's so great. I call that every time I see that figure, which is, every time I go to Walgreens because it's a peg warmer here. I call
the placeholder.
I call it a face only Ricky could love.
Oh God.
Sorry, Ricky, but I call it a face only Ricky could love.
The heads are fine. Like that, I like the heads. But they're not enough.
No, it's just
they're not glamorous enough. First of all, they're not beautiful enough, and they're not glamorous enough. And I'm sorry if I get any heat for that. Like everyone's beautiful inside. Everyone's beautiful. Yes, they are. They are. But I would like the gratuitous porn lady face that she does. Like she's, everyone loves in that new comic when she, or at least in the last series, the House of X, like that, where she came strolling in her fur coat thing, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that was awesome!" And that's what I want in plastic form. And then when I have it, we can go back to fighting for freedom and the well, not the American way, but some way. I need those figures, Hasbro.
I just need an Emma Frost that's not a piece of crap, because I love Emma Frost and I'd love a white queen that's not a piece of crap. So bring out that Hellfire box set. That
needs to happen. I don't know if it's going to be like
the Hellfire box set happen.
I don't know if it's going to be like Namor in there or if it's going to be old school, like Sebastian Shaw. I don't know, but it needs to happen.
Just give me that Hellfire Club. That's fine with me. I would be very happy. Since we're talking about that ugly, awful, horrible, wretched.
I wouldn't say it's horrible and wretched. I would say it's not satisfactory.
Okay. A not satisfactorily, horribly wretched piece of crap. What do you think of those Stepford Cuckoo that figure? I don't know anything about those characters. Beyond that, they hang out with Emma Frost and they're like weird Stepford Wife,
or with Professor X in a bonnet.
I don't know anything about them, but
it's worth looking up, and it's too long to go into because this episode's going to run too long.
The heads are kind of neat.
They are. They're pretty. They're beautiful.
I like the Catholic schoolgirl outfit. I mean, I went to Catholic school, so it's
the Harajuku, Catholic schoolgirl crossover.
I'm kind of in that. I'm kind of into that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm a red-blooded American male. Of course. What do you want from me?
Of course. They when I get them, they're all going to be the blonde heads.
Okay, that's how they're shown usually is all the blondes.
Yeah, and then they were multicolored and then they became blondes, and it's too long a story. But I'm gonna probably paint the other ones too because I would like the varied hairstyles. But I like them. I was kind of hoping that there would be more of an option to like disrobe them and have like Emma Frost like white panties underneath, and then you can make more of your. I could add into my Frankenstein Emma Frost that I keep adding and subtracting.
What do you do at home alone at night? What are you doing with your figures home alone at night? I'm glad you don't collect Barbie because I'm a little worried about you.
I know somebody like that.
I'm a little worried. I know
somebody who collects Barbie who's like that.
I'm a little worried about you right now.
No, you're not.
That any of my 12-inch figures that have clothes, I don't sit at home ironing.
No, because the guy, the brand manager for Marvel Legends had said, like, oh, it's really going to be hard to get Hellfire Club corseted panty wearing Emma Frost out because at retail it's going to be so difficult. I'm like, really? Okay, sure. But we can have men in like, undies with no shirt. That's fine.
That Emma Frost they released is as scantily clad as a figure can be. The one that's at Walgreens right now.
No, it's not.
Super. Her legs are exposed. Her entire torso goes all the way down.
So
like,
bad.
What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
It's so badly sculpted, you just don't notice.
She's not. No, I mean the panties, like the tiny, like high cut French cut panties. Like that is not.
The good news is I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that needs to happen, and I thought that would be under the skirt. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they are. Maybe it's like you rip the skirt off and they all have that, which would be so cool. I know. Everyone listening is like, who is this person? And why is he not, and I'm not even, it's not even, I don't know, maybe I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am or what I like. It is slightly an exciting. I don't know what's going on.
He's getting
It's
hot under the
changing.
collar. I know this isn't HD, but I can see it in HD.
Yeah,
And he's hot under the collar.
It's interesting.
I don't know anything about those characters, but I was interested in them.
They are.
I
They're
was
cool.
like, they
They're
kind of
cool,
look
and
like
they're
neat figures, and I like those
exploring.
kind of group figures like that. I think that's kind of neat. I'll probably
That's a fun thing. Like I know people don't. We're scared about Danny Moonstar not being available, but I feel like everybody was, for the most part, was able to get her, and if they didn't get her in the store, they were able to order her, and you were able to build out your little coven of
New Mutants,
mutant costumed figures. So that worked well, and I think the same will happen with this. They'll order the same amount, they'll have them available, and people will want them, and I think it's going to be a nice display option. Now we just need the right front woman for that group. So
I'm really hoping. Well, 2020, I'm actually looking really forward to. Number one, 2019 can kiss my butt and say see you later. But
that's
2020, I'm looking forward to a lot of toys and properties in 2020. Number one, those Masters Origins, which is exciting, but also we're getting a new G.I. Joe movie called G.I. Joe Snake Eyes, which is supposed to be like Transformers Bumblebee.
There's definitely going to be a 6-inch figure.
And there's gotta be, oh my God, Toy Fair in a couple months, they've got to show me some G.I. Joe product, which I'm a huge G.I. Joe guy, and I hope they continue like a classics or whatever 3 3/4 line. Oh.
Yeah, the world is ending.
They heard you wanted to take a bunch of schoolgirls' clothes off, and now they're to get you.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited that the possibility of having a He-Man line that's a really neat line, a G.I. Joe line that's a really neat line, Marvel Legends, because like we've talked about before, maybe heading back to Disney.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends is going all out and going crazy and giving us all kinds of classic stuff like they did this year, where they gave us so many incredible figures. I can still hear it. That's not helping.
Oh, it's exciting, everybody. It's like living in New York City.
They're all like horrible, criminal, awful humans there.
Not like that at all.
Ruining America.
Yes.
One president at a time. Anyways,
I never thought of that.
That was the last election. I was like, which crappy New Yorker are we going to elect? Not crappy, I shouldn't say that. Which overwhelmingly wealthy / full of baggage person are we going to elect?
Well,
because I don't like overly wealthy people running for office, but that's just me. But that's a different podcast, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. But he's so sad. Look at how sad he just got.
I know.
But I was like, how many more New Yorkers do I need running my country?
Well, that's in the. Well,
can't we get more people from Mississippi?
Why, you don't want Mike Bloomberg as president? Why not? That's what he sounds like, for those who don't know. He was my mayor for a long time.
Can't we get more people from Mississippi to run for... No, I'm just kidding. But
I just want Pee Wee Herman to be president. That would make my day.
That would make me really happy. That would actually... Paul Rubens for president.
He's so great.
With, maybe Randy as his vice president.
Oh my God!
Because you need somebody that can, with a little.
Randy as the attorney general. That would be really great.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, true. Why not? But
Miss Yvonne as Secretary of Education.
That would be hilarious. I'm actually really excited about 2020 because I feel like there's going to be a lot of fun surprises. Like this year, we got so many incredible figures that I thought we'd never get, like that Marvel Legends 80th Hulk, or this box set, or Boom Boom, or Pee Wee and Cherry, or whatever,
Yeah, I agree.
Or those classic Jurassic Park figures, or like stuff that I thought would never happen. And I feel
would love. You know what I would love to see? Like you got Breakin'. I want Clue. That would be another really amazing set for me to find under the tree. That has to happen. I've been begging people that I know in the toy industry to make those. I'm like, why? I'm like, come on! You've got like Big Trouble in Little China or whatever. Like that gets a line, but you can't give me Clue. Come on!
So don't worry about that. Nobody bought those figures.
That's true.
So let me pivot here for just a moment. Just a moment, and I would like to chat with you about what are your top three toys of the year. Your favorite 3 toys you got. I'm not talking just toys that are in the world. I'm talking toys that showed up in your lead-laden house and your new house that are now filled with lead and coated in lead. What are your 3 favorite figures that came out this year? And while you think about it, I'll tell you what mine are.
Yeah,
just
you
to
do
give you a
yours
minute to
first.
think about it. It was really hard because I got stuff I've always wanted this year, like break-in figures that I've always wanted. And if you didn't hear me talk about that, go listen to our episode with Brian Flynn, where we talk of Super 7, where we talk about those break-in figures. Also, they are on sale on Super 7's website right now, and by on sale, I mean they're back to their original price of $15 each. And I had a hard time putting stuff together, but my top 3, I think that number 3 is that Amber Collection Ian Malcolm Jeff Goldblum figure that's a GameStop exclusive, the 6-inch Ian Malcolm.
Yeah.
I have so much fun with that figure, and he's posed in his like sexy Jurassic Park pose right now. I have so much fun with that figure that he ended up beating out a bunch of other stuff like the Mandalorian and Break-In and other cool stuff.
Right.
Even all the figures, he beat all those.
I'm looking through my. I'm listening to you, but now we have visual proof. I'm looking through my
your
pictures
photos
to just check. Yeah.
Well, number 2, so that one, which is pretty new, that figure came out fairly recently. The other one is that Marvel Legends 80th Hulk figure. Now I have I have all 3 of the Hulks that are out right now, the gray one, the Comic-Con one, and the 80th one that all share the same body, and they're all super cool. But that 80th lime green Hulk from the 1970s, 80s is just one of the greatest Marvel Legends ever made, and I talked about that on our Marvel Legends episode. And I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm so happy that they made that figure. But the only thing that could edge that figure out for number 1 this year, number 1, was that Jurassic Park Brachiosaur, the really giant, massive.
Oh, well, yeah, that was ridiculous.
Because the fact that they made that Jurassic Park was that popular that they could make a toy that big and get it on the shelf. Because it's actually a tiny little box, but when you open it, you put all these huge pieces together. And he's just absolutely massive. And the fact that they were able to make something like that, because they don't take those risks unless it's like a giant frozen castle. They don't take those kind of risks very much anymore.
No, they don't.
And the fact they made
the giant frozen castle was not a payoff for them.
Oh, I'm sure. No, of course not.
That was on clearance forever. Yeah. And a lot of us bought that I didn't, unfortunately, and I'm an idiot for not doing so. But I bought it and turned it into the Crystal Castle for for She-Ra Classics figures. It actually works really well.
That's a great idea. But beyond something like a big girl's toy, like a huge girl's, Barbie house or Monster High or whatever, the things are now, the fact that they made that huge giant figure made me so happy. We had to buy 2. So, what are you going to do?
You had to.
As my wife says,
someone was smacking you.
They got to be a set. They don't just drive up and there's one. There's more.
She wins. One. She's my favorite figure for the year for saying that.
That's right. She won 2019 for letting me get all these toys.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And like I said, technically, if the IRS is listening, they belong to her, not me.
Right.
They belong to her.
Sure.
So what about you? What made it in your top 3 this year?
Well, definitely that Hulk figure. It makes me feel like a kid.
Oh, 100%.
Like 100%. I pick that figure up and it's large, so I feel like a kid again. Like that figure is it's so cool, and it's the right color, which is a huge thing for me. Like
it's a huge
if colors are wrong, it ruins everything. That's one. One of the others is my Super 7 hero figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was just satisfying because as a kid, that figure was kind of hinted at, and I never knew who he was. They're like, it's Hero, and he's the most powerful wizard, and then they didn't even let us see what he was supposed to look like, really. It was like a hint at him in silhouette, so I just had an idea. And then later on, I was able to find him online. They were. I think the first revelation for me was the patterns that you could buy in the fabric store.
Oh, that's funny.
It was like a print of He-Man, and so that was like, oh, that's what he looks like. Oh, that's cool. So that was having that in the packaging and having it being
having really that fulfilled is really nice.
Yeah. And then the other one, was Club Grayskull She-Ra Filmation, because I ended up with one with a good face, and I'm getting an improved face from a customizer who's a particularly magical being. And I'll post that when it arrives. Those are the top three. And then the honorable mention, and the only reason it's not in the top three is because it wasn't an actual classics figure, was the Starburst She-Ra doll from Mattel that was a PowerCon exclusive. That was pretty cool. Considering,
Starburst She-Ra!
yeah. I mean, and they'll probably never have a classics version of her, which is just ridiculous. Thanks, Ruben.
Jeez, thanks, Obama. I can't get a classic Starburst She-Ra. Jeez, you're killing me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but I think those are my top three. That Shadow Weaver figure is close. But the one that we and if the Club Grayskull Shadow Weaver had made it to us by the end of the year, that would probably be in the top three too. But we're probably not getting it until January.
Yeah, the only figure that's coming out right this moment that people are getting that I haven't gotten, I probably won't see until the first of the year, is that new Marvel Legends Doctor Doom from the new Fantastic Four wave.
Oh, yeah.
That might have made my list because he's he looks, from all the videos I've been watching and stuff, he looks pretty spectacular.
Yeah, a friend of mine got him from Entertainment Earth, and he looks, I mean, that plastic looks like fabric.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
And then he comes with the two heads, even though the classic-y head isn't perfect for the body that it's on, but it still looks really cool. Mm-hmm. Right outside of that top three is the Super 7 break-in figures, because that's something. The fact that someone acknowledged that property existed, because it was like the #1 independent-made film for like a long time. It made like $60 million, which is in 1982. So that's a lot of money. You weren't. I mean, you were too little.
I'm so young.
But for me, it was pretty exciting. Look at how young you are. That looks really great. How nice. But the fact that they made those, if it was, look at his hair, is so wispy.
I've suddenly turned 12. Anyway.
The fact that they made those is unbelievable. Reaction figures aren't made to have great likenesses, but boy, if they had the perfect licensed likenesses, that would have really set it over the top, and they might have been the top figures that I own at that point. But even though the fact that they were made and they're beautiful, I'm looking over this way because they're right over here in my point of view. The fact that they were made and that Turbo and Ozone can sit on Cherry, it's pretty exciting.
Yes, that's that. Well,
hang
that
out with
that
Pee-wee
brings
and
me
sit
to
on
another.
Sit with Cherry. They're actually hanging out right now with Frankenfurter from the Rocky.
Frankenfurter needs to sit on Cherry. I need to find my Frankenfurter reaction figure and put him on Cherry, because that Pee-wee line is also a top.
That Pee-wee line's true.
Yeah, I mean that is absolutely fantastic and super well made. The packaging is really well made and works for the background. That was just a home run for them. I need to see more of that. You know what I would really like, and is a totally weird request.
Is that better?
Yes.
I'm showing him
Sherry's like,
Frankenfurter and Cherry. I know, right? He does have his cape in his mouth. Capes in his eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, that I would like, I don't know, this is kind of a really obscure thing, and it's really just kind of tri-state area of America, but the Magic Garden, do you know what that is?
Nope.
It was a child's show in the 80s. The original Sandy from the Broadway production of Grease was one of the hosts. And
wow, that was obscure. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's super obscure. But they had this child show, and it was a little Pee-wee Herman, a little Romper Room. Like, it was just, it was.
I watched a lot of those as a kid.
Yeah, it was magical.
We had a local one. We had a locally one too.
It was like that, yeah. Know, and but they were super popular, and they sold records, really? And they had these massively attended concerts. And they had this little pink squirrel named Sherlock, and they had a couple other characters, and that would be fun. Or Mr. Rogers. That would be a cool, like the Land of Make Believe would be a cool reaction line to have.
Well, back in the 70s, Ideal was supposed to make a Land of Make Believe playset, the castle with the little figures, and all they ended up making was the trolley.
Right.
And figures that go on the trolley, but they had, you can look it up, go look it up on Google right now, Ideal's Mr. Rogers Neighborhood line, and you can see pictures of it from like Toy Fair pictures, and that playset would be one of my all-time finds if, it's sitting in somebody that worked at Ideal's house somewhere.
Oh my God.
The prototype, I would slaughter everyone I know to own that playset. It's my number one lost to playset, lost to time playset that never existed.
Right.
And I would kill for that playset. How awesome is it? You're looking at it right now, right? The
I'm
Ideal
finding...
Mr. Rogers Neighborhood playset. Oh my God, that playset is out of control. The Land of Make Believe playset. But it didn't exist, and they never made it. And it's really sad, but you can get the trolley. And he does make the little, jingly noise when it moves. And it wobbles and stuff.
It's on eBay for $35. That's
you can get it for not much. But the figures that came with it are kind of hard to find. So the figures themselves are like little. They're like little finger puppets. Did you find it?
Amazing.
It's one of the most beautiful things. And now that Mr. Rogers is like a big deal, and people are making movies, and there's pop figures for him and all that. Somebody that listens to this podcast that runs a toy company, Brian Flynn, please make this playset. Please do a Kickstarter or whatever for this playset. I feel like we can get that playset made.
Oh my God.
I feel like we can get that playset made. Don't you?
It's so cool. Yes.
Everyone I know that's
I know
seen that
so
photo,
many people that would buy this
in a second. Like I wouldn't even even if it was $250, I'd buy it in a second. It wouldn't even be a hesitation.
We'll post this on our Instagram. But you need. Yeah. Oh my God! I had no idea.
Yeah, wouldn't you love that thing?
That's what I want under my tree.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that has to happen. That has to happen. That's too cool. Yeah, I used to covet on the show. I used to covet those models that were up on the shelf.
Are you kidding me?
I must have those.
No, the puppets. They actually sold the puppets. Ideal made the puppets too, so you can actually get the hand puppets of Lady Elaine and all that stuff.
Lady Elaine, the first drag queen that ever talked to children.
That's right.
I mean, that's questionable. Lady Elaine was a handsome woman.
She was something. I always loved her though. She was always one of my favorites.
She all at once scared me and delighted me. Like I don't know why she scared me, because I watch it now and she's not cranky as cranky as I remember her being, but she would sometimes be really like What a
hilarious character.
Scared of her.
Yeah, no,
totally.
I loved her.
She must have been based on something real.
Yeah, my mother got to meet Mr. Rogers and shake his hand one time, and I still hate her for that. But
you hate her?
Still hate her guts just for that.
That's really funny.
That kind of thing would be a dream come true. But I feel like in 2020 we're gonna get a lot of dreams come true, because in 2019 we got a lot of toy dreams come true.
We did.
And I'm very grateful to all the companies out there, and I look forward to opening up all my toys that I know are under the Christmas tree right now, because my wife spoils me. So anything that's missing in my life, maybe under that Christmas tree.
Another one that I want to see under my tree is horses from Mythic Legions, from the Four Horsemen, because that's starting to roll out.
Sculpted them, right? Yeah,
they're coming. They're pre-orders, and they're more of them are coming, and they're beautiful. I mean, they're just, as long as the quality control is up there, and the factories in Asia don't keep messing up, orders and filling all the plastic with, soap and paper. Like it's becoming an issue. Like,
I'm sure,
for even Hasbro. I mean, these, fillers that don't actually create good product, and it makes the plastic, it degrades the plastic, and they snap, and it's bad. Mm-hmm. But these companies are on it, and they're making sure that the quality control is good. So those horses are, they're nice. Mm-hmm. I need more of them.
The last thing I want under my tree is all 16 of these Super 7 Thundercats that they said they were going to make. If I could get all 16 of them right now under my Christmas tree, or at least if Brian Flynn could just, sneak the photos of all of them under my Christmas tree, so I know
Yeah, we need to
That
see a sneak
the whole
peek of
team is being made. That the whole
something.
team is being made. Plus
I
Jaga and
know.
some other people.
Oh
Like
my
if I and
god.
Bengali and stuff. Like if I'm getting 8 good guys and 8 bad guys, I will.
Yeah,
I will. I think that I will buy that line if that's the
that's
case.
gonna happen. It'll happen.
Even at
I think,
$45 a figure, I still
yeah,
think I'm on board if they give me that stuff.
yeah. I think Toy Fair you'll see a good amount of.
If I see Wily Kit and Wily Cat, and it's a nice redone versions of those Comic-Con ones, totally fine with me.
They're really good figures. Those
That's
Comic Con
totally
ones are
fine with
great.
me, and it's a 2-pack, great. But if I get everybody, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And I will 100% collect those. And if we can do our next big crowdfund is a real Cat's Lair, not that crappy piece of junk one that came out from LGN back in the day, which is the worst place that I
It's
ever
really
owned.
awful.
And
Yeah.
I sold it because it was just such a piece of junk, and now people buy it for like $700 to $1,000. I'm like, that is the worst playset for a playset, aficionado like me. That place
Yeah.
sucks.
A
But our
Cat's Lair would be
next,
so cool.
when
Oh my
are you
gosh.
getting your Snake Mountain? When does that come out? May,
Um,
April?
May. I think May is probably.
So you'll get your Snake Mountain, and all the Baby Yoda products will come out in May. So you'll be able to put your Baby Yoda on Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain.
Maybe
Yes.
he can live in Snake Mountain.
I'm so excited for that playset. The sneak peeks, the
I'm
Black
coming
Plastic
to New
version was
York
so
for
cool.
that
I kind of
playset.
want that one
Yeah,
too.
if it's May and we know the date, I'm coming to New York for that. We're gonna
Yeah,
do.
you need to see. You did. Yeah,
I gotta come. I gotta come see that playset.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
That's
And
good.
I'm also looking forward to the third-party kind of 3D prints of all the accessories
Oh
that
sure,
will be
yeah.
made for that, because
Yeah.
that was what was extra special when Castle Grayskull came out. There were like the manhole cover. If people don't know what that is,
that
there
was
was like
great.
a hole in the
Somebody
in the floor.
made that. Yeah, it's great.
And they made like different versions of it. There was like, my favorite one is the cosmic key holder. That's like the reverse of in the He-Man movie. There was this thing in Gwildor's house that was like his workstation, and it was upside down thing that was kind of made you think of the cosmic key. And so someone made that in 3D print, and I ordered it and painted it, and I'll post a picture.
That's awesome.
It holds the key that came with Gwildor in the Classics line. And then there was like a wooden one, and there was a metal one, and people had all these. You could also use that hole in the floor to hold the stand for the Wind Raider or the Jets or the Sky Sled, which was kind of dumb. But yeah. And then there were other things. I made my own stuff.
Oh yeah, that's half the fun of the fun of that stuff is getting even more.
Super cool. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm gonna make one prediction. We're gonna see 6-inch Joes this year.
Oh,
we gotta
definitely.
see with that new Snake Eyes movie, even if it's just Snake Eyes and it's just a Comic-Con exclusive, because they already have the parts. Give me one 6-inch Joe.
There have been too many hints that was going to happen this past year, or even the year before.
Now they have a movie.
Yeah.
And Hasbro pumps crap. I mean, they pump crap out when they have a movie. So those last bad G.I. Joe movies, they pumped out like 300 figures in those couple of years.
If you could have like, give me 8 figures that you'd want to see in 6-inch scale. Just a wish list. It doesn't have to be a practical like toy salesman person.
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah.
Number 1 is Scarlet.
Definitely.
Number 2 is Storm Shadow. Number 3.
Which version?
Storm Shadow, the original version.
Okay.
The no sleeves original version. I would have to say Shipwreck. Stalker is always one of my favorite characters. The Crimson Twins. Cobra Commander, Destro, Baroness. Is that 8? That's probably 10.
I think that's about 8.
If I got just 4 and 4, it would be Cobra Commander, Destro, the Baroness, and a Cobra Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it was just Joe's, it would be Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Stalker, and maybe Duke or Flint, depending on how you. Yeah. If it's Scarlet, probably Duke. If it's Lady J, with Flint. But if that's all I ever got, or all I ever got was Scarlet and the Baroness, I mean, that's fine. But they've never
just a 2-pack of them. Yeah,
never
actually, it'd be really cool.
To date, they have never made a good Scarlet figure. To date, there's not one great Scarlet figure. They're all half good or okay, or the head is.
The 25th anniversary one is nice, but it's not.
The head is all pointy and weird, and it just. And
she's a weird chin.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And even the really nice Resolute one, the head's too big. It just came out of the mold too big, and it looks bad. The body is amazing.
Yeah, you're right. That's weird.
So there's never been, this is like a thing in the G.I. Joe community, there's never been a great Scarlet. So if I could get one great cartoon accurate Scarlet, I'd be really happy. And I could die happy. And I'll just jump off the flag here onto the floor, and that'll be it for me if that happens.
Oh, God.
But now we are at 59 minutes, 46 seconds and counting. And so I'd like to say to you, Mr. Rooney, and to everyone out there, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Whatever, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Everything
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're into.
Happy Festivus.
Ramadan, whatever you're into, enjoy. And I hope you have a great holiday season.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
I'm going to be getting a lot of toys, and I think our next episode will hopefully be a New Year's episode, and we might have some special guests, which I'm hoping for. That have some really neat toys that just came out.
Yes, we have been sorely remiss in not promoting Alternation, which if you don't know about, we've posted a bit about it, and because of tech issues, and they have had experiences with this. The guys who've made that up, made that line. Alternation is this incredibly cool new line that kind of, if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles and Captain Power and Captain Planet and Bucky O'Hare and
those great 90s lines.
Anything that's like reminiscent of that, even like Cops, it like sort of reminds me of that line too.
It's very much a line from like 1992, but much nicer.
If you like that, and they have really good playability factor, and they have animation that's coming. And they're going to be guests on the show, and we're really excited. So if you haven't already pre-ordered or you haven't checked them out, check out our Instagram. It'll link you to them, and I think you won't be disappointed. They're really cool stuff.
The figures, we got samples, and the figures are awesome, and I'm crazy about them, and I want all of them because they split the samples up between the two of us, and I'm like, no, I need all of them, so I'll have to buy the rest of them. And I really love them, and I love when people make independent toys that are really awesome. So we will definitely be talking about that. Also, I'd like to talk to you, Brian Charles Rooney, about what fun toys, even if you bought them for yourself, what fun toys you got for Christmas. I'll be posting pictures on Christmas on our Instagram of all the crazy toys that my wife got for me, because I already know there's a million of them under the tree right now.
There's a bunch that Christian's getting that I actually think would be fun to talk about on the show.
That would be great. I'd love to hear about what a kid gets for Christmas. I'd be really excited nowadays, and what a kid's into toy-wise for Christmas. It's not electronics. I'd be excited to talk about that. So you guys have a happy holidays, and I hope we didn't look too hideously ugly for you. For some reason, Brian Charles Rooney isn't in front of his toys. They're across the room from him, I believe, right this moment.
They're in the other room.
But
here, wait. I'm just gonna send you off with one other bag.
We gotta get you a toy room, pal.
You just don't like.
Oh God! What? That's supposed to be Starfire?
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh, come on.
They're like
killing me.
They're like toys from the 80s and 90s. Like, it's 30 years
later. And I'm building Poop Man.
What is that, a pile of crap?
Poop. It's Clayface's arm.
Clayface's arm. It does look like a pile of poop.
And I'm almost ready to build him. The new Lobo, which is actually a cool figure.
I can't wait to never see photos of that. But if anybody wants to send me a Bro Thor head or both of the heads, I need it. You can see I got the whole body. I just don't have the head. God, these figures are so bad. Why did you spend money on these? Why?
No, I got some of them
terrible.
for free.
Why did you spend money on these? These are so bad.
I got some of them for free. I got some of them because of points.
Go back and collect DC Direct, because those figures are awesome. Their articulation sucks, but go back and collect DC Direct. They actually look like the comic books. Unlike that crap right there. So for Brian Charles Rooney, this is your friend Colonel Rains Carr saying, see you later.
Happy holidays.
I hope you don't get impeached from your holiday season. So enjoy. We'll talk to you later.
Too late. Bye.
Bye.